was just saying about we was talking about visuals and you saying you have been making music for a year.
Oh, so yeah, the first year. So pretty much the first year of me like creating it because I really came out of left field with it. So I was like, I had my book and I was speaking across the country and stuff. And next thing you know, I'm dropping a mixtape. It's like where it's coming from. But when I went into it, I said my first year, I wanted to drop 3 projects so I could really kind of like just give myself a catalog and establish myself as an artist, you know, so I could be like show my versatility and my range, like the things that I was saying and I was talking about and that I felt at the time. I really didn't think it could be like understood with a song, you know, like I couldn't really like capture what I wanted to, you know what I'm saying, do in one song, so I came with projects. But now going into this year, it's the singles and the visuals though, because I see like what I really need to catch like. So yeah, I got a different method, but
for sure.
The visuals though.
Most definitely. Yeah, it's we was just talking about how like the dynamic switch now. Like before, it's like it was more of like just like you said, having a catalog or whatever of music and you know videos for the important songs you had and like the ones you want to be singles. Like not at this point, like the goal is really every song have a single with the visual. Like that's pretty much it. And then when you get to the place you need to be, then create that project or so. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, it's crazy. Welcome, what it do? This is the comment.
The common interest.
Yes, sir. You know what it is. But yeah, I'm Rashad the Nomad. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share with a friend. And if you would like to sponsor us, we need sponsors. Hit us up, check us out. You already know what it is. Check us on IG, all that good stuff. The Common Interest Productions. Don't forget it. But here today we have. I know your name, but it's so long I forget. I'm not gonna lie. It's because I'm trying to read it first. Hold on, I'm like, dang, like,
Just Ronald C Lee Jr.
Okay, Ronald C Lee.
But I'm 30 now, so you could just say RC Lee. RC Lee.
Okay, bet. Because I was like, that was one thing. I was like, yo, I'm not gonna lie, bro. You're rapping, you might have to shorten it out, bro.
Yeah.
Because it's too long. It's like I was reading it. I was like, because I feel it on the whole thing of your name. I get that, but if like RC Lee Jr.
RC Lee.
RC Lee. That's cool. It's more catchy too. Because that's one thing I was like, I noticed for like a good rap name, it has between like 1 to like 4 syllables. It's real short because it's like they can catch on to
roll out.
Yeah,
roll out.
Exactly. Like for Drake, Cole, Kendrick.
Everybody,
yeah, you know what I'm saying? All that. Like,
go all the way back.
Right, exactly. So yeah, but that's dope. But why did you decide to just stick with your name then?
Really like, cause like I said, that was just the name of my brand. Like I really didn't have like a dream of like rapping, and that wasn't like something that I was gonna do. I had released my book, and I did two 5-city book tours that I had put together, and I did the tours. I came back and kind of like took the summer off and was like traveling with my family and stuff, and then I started doing poetry, just like kind of like as a release to kind of start talking about things that I was like feeling. That's like it was like more therapeutic for me and everything.
Okay.
And then so the brand everything was just Ronald C. I had already had the brand of Ronald C Lee Jr. from me speaking at schools. My book, everything was always Ronald C Lee Jr. So when I started making music, I was just like, man, I ain't gonna switch up and just go get a whole different character. You know what I'm saying? Create a whole different character, and then I'm like, I'm just gonna go with the name. But now, like after performing, you know what I'm saying, being out, it's like I'm kind of like separated a little bit.
Yeah, it's definitely I think that just helps as an artist because it kind of I guess adds that like mysterious factor, like you know like a mask wrestler kind of thing. Like you know who the person is because I'm pretty sure whoever lives there when they have that. They know who that is without the mask, but when he had the mask on, he's a totally different person. Yeah. So it's like, I feel that. Yeah,
and I'm a year in, so like I'm learning. You know, I'm not like so stuck on one thing. Like this how it got to be, this how it is. Like I came into it like with an open mind to learn and grow. And I'm more or less the type, like, I really just work in front of your face and do it behind the scenes and then come out. Like, you can you could really track my development and see from the beginning, you know, like really track it. Like, I remember when he was Ronald C Lee Jr. when he was going out, that type of thing. Instead, you know, like instead of working, kind of sitting on it, like sitting on the dreams or something, I just really go and attack it and just learn as I go on the fly. So I'm still learning and growing. So
no, I feel it. I feel it. So you said you was you started doing poetry just to get therapeutic, in the same sense for music as well too. It's just you how I want to phrase this. I guess like just dive into it, because I feel like there's a lot of people that do poetry but don't make music.
Yeah. So when I was in prison, that's when I used to write raps and stuff. Mm-hmm. That's when I used to do it back then. Mm-hmm. So I knew how to write songs, and then I used to just be writing them like from like watching 106 in Park and stuff. That's like music that we had in there. So I'd be watching 106 in Park, and certain songs would be out, and I kind of like write something to that beat that I hear. Mm-hmm. And that was just like, you know, just a form of just like being creative, expressing myself, getting it out. So, but I didn't ever want to rap, so I always knew that I could rap. I just didn't want to do it because of what I was talking about, like the content of my music, how I was rapping. I didn't really want to speak on that after I had, you know, transformed my life. Okay. It was kind of contrary to the way I was living.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So I started doing poetry, and then one of my homies, he just kept telling me that I should like rap. Like, he like, bro, you could really rap. Cause I was sending little poems I was doing.
Yeah.
Then he was like, nah, bro, you could really rap. You should. And I'm like, I was just telling him I didn't want to. Then he sent me over a beat. I made a song, and then I heard myself back in what I was saying and how I was saying. I'm like, I could do this. And that's when I started working on the project.
For sure. And that project was Open Gym
Volume 1.
Volume 1?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. When you first made that, did you like the auto-tune on there?
Yeah, I did. That's how I kind of liked how the sound.
Because me personally, I don't see you as an artist that does auto-tune. Not, at least not in that sense on that project. Because when I was listening to it, I was like, I see what you're going, because that is like, the formula was right, spot on. Yeah. You got it, but it was just like, that's not, to me, that don't sound like you.
Right.
Because you, like you said, you do poetry. Like, I can hear in your voice that you're more of a lyricist. Mm-hmm. Like, if anything, maybe more like some ad libs from the auto-tune and everything like that, some behind the scenes stuff, maybe like some harmonizing. But like to what you were doing before, I think you just more rapping with it. It didn't sound, to me, I didn't like it personally. Yeah. But because on your second one, I like that one better, because it was just, you was more rapping and you had more just poetry, kind of just spitting stuff. And I was like, okay. And even just your I like how the progression in music is. Mm-hmm. Like, your first take, it was like, okay. I listened, I was like, all right. And then you saying you've been a rapper for only a year, I was like, okay, for the first take, it's not bad, but it was like, when you got your second one, I was like, oh no, he's been working. Like, you can see bro. I was like, okay, that's dope to see. And just in a year's time, I was like, all right, cool. Right. Or like at least since you said it's a year, so it's like probably like 2019.
I dropped Volume 1 came out December of 2019. Okay. And then Volume 2 came out April of 2020.
Okay, so that's a couple months. And you improved a lot. You improved a lot.
Yeah, you got a chance to check out Trey?
Yeah, I checked that out too. Yeah. And I don't want to listen to that. I was like, okay, like, again, you just was rapping more, and I like that. And I like with that. It's interesting you made it just like a 3-song project and everything, and having it unmastered. So what was I know you had a vision for that and a reasoning behind that. Yeah. What was that?
So really, the whole reason for it was like, this was COVID. You know what I'm saying? This was like when COVID first hit. So I was actually working on Open Gym Volume 3. Okay. But I couldn't get my producer that I was working with. He had got shot. And he was out of commission for a minute. So I really couldn't get to it. On top of my baby, my son had just came. COVID, you know, just so much going on. Where I'm like, like, man, I'm not finna be stressing over, you know, trying to put together a project in the midst of all this. Like, my wife went at work. I got my sisters that, you know, from Chicago staying with me. So and we all home. Yeah.
What's up? We got family Chicago.
For sure. So we all was in the house together. So, you know, it was new. Like, I don't know. You know how it was. It was new at the beginning of everything. So I had just got some studio time. So I had got connected with one of my friends from when I was young in high school. Then he sent me over some beats. So like out of the beat pack, I had wrote those 3 songs, and they didn't really go with the direction I'm going with Volume 3. So I was like, I just wanted to record them and see how they sound. So I just got booked a session, a 2-hour session, and I went and laid out 3 of the tracks down. So when I heard how they was, and like the rawness of it, and just how it, I'm like, man, I like how it sound. Like I just want to drop an unmastered project, like make it what it is. This was one session, you know what I'm saying? What I created at that moment was what it was. And just kind of like leave it like a little capsule, you feel me? Like,
I feel that.
Yeah.
I feel that. I've been seeing that around recently. That's the new thing, like just creating like capsules, like you said, like those little short projects, like just to create that moment in time, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You speak on something, like whatever you're feeling kind of thing.
And Trey, that's my son. That's his name. He's the third. I'm junior. That's Ronald C Lee Jr. Ronald C Lee the third.
Okay.
So we just call him Trey. So that's what it was like 3 songs dedicated to him. You know what I'm saying? That's why like the beginning of the project is his birth. That's his actual birth.
Wow.
His first, you know what I'm saying? His first crash into this world. So I put that at the beginning, and then like at the end of the project, it was more like a song that was really just dedicated to him. So just going over the project, it was just who I was at that. You know, like I have was a father. I've been a father for a couple of years, but I got a daughter, so this was my son, and it was just like really. You know, I want to just capture them, like say what I felt, how I felt at that time, and really put that out there.
I feel that. That's dope. That's dope. So, yeah, so you have singles coming out soon. Okay, nah, never mind. I was about to ask you my generic questions, but you already said it.
You know what I like what you said about the progression of the project, how you said Volume 1 really wasn't like, like you that one the auto-tune, all that wasn't your vibe. And that's why like I said, that's why I started like that. That's the whole thing of open gym is like, and then it's like open gym is like who got next? It's like I'm here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying things. I was experiencing my first times in the studio.
No,
you know
for
what I'm saying?
I get that.
Yeah. And that's why I put it out there to be so people can critique it and you know what I'm saying, let me know what they thought, let me know what they felt. You know what I'm saying? So I could see what like it's one thing for what I like to hear.
Right.
But if I'm putting out music to be consumed, you know what I'm saying, for people it's like I gotta listen to what people saying, you know what I'm saying, what it was. So that's why like I said I put it out. But then when I did Volume 2, I was more confident in my delivery.
Yeah, I can hear
my flow. Yeah, everything like
I
went in there like I knew how to perform, I knew how to rap, and I knew how to do it. Then it was like, all right, first I was trying stuff, and then I listened to a lot of melodic rap too.
Right.
So I like that, and that's why I like this single run I'm about to do, because now it's not really about a project. So it ain't so much pressure on, so I could be more creative on certain songs where it's like, you don't like this song, it's just a song, right? Like you could keep it going to the next one, but it's a crowd, it's a vibe for different things, so that way I can just be creative and just kind of do, and I had that pressure like, all right, this don't fit to me trying to tell a story through a project.
Right.
It's just a song, like if it's a dud, if it miss, just you take another one, like all right, yeah.
Nah, man, that's how it goes, man. That's how it is being an artist. I feel it. Nah, but that's that's just so important, bro. Because again, I've heard some people like they make music and like it's just that you don't hear that progression, kind of like you had like. Well, let me not say that because some people might progress, but it might be a different pace. But from those projects, it was a tremendous difference. Like you literally in your tone, like almost like on the first project, like
I was forcing. I was kind of
it's just like
too hard.
But like the second one, it's like it was a walk in the park kind of thing. Like
I was trying too hard. I know it was. I know. That's what I know exactly what you're saying. I was trying. But even when I listened to it, it meant a lot to me because that's my first project. But just being critical of it, I'd be like, man, you were trying too hard. I was going there forcing them songs out like like different.
But that's how you gotta do it though, because just becoming an artist like off the bat, it's like it's something to put yourself out there just to be judged by that, because it's you put yourself at risk to you spend all this time, effort, like you're actually pulling this from somewhere, you know what I'm saying? To write that down on paper and then speak it to a crowd of people, that's a hard job. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can't do it for a reason. So you know what I'm saying? So The fact that you did that.
Yeah, you ain't gotta be scared. Like fuck, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the day, because ultimately it's my message. Even when people would say like they didn't like it, I'm like, was you feeling what I was saying though?
Oh, that's what you have a good message every time.
Yeah, like exactly. Like, did you hear what I said though? Like,
Yeah.
alright, if you ain't like the song, I get that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? That wasn't your tea, that ain't your cup of tea. I don't like my favorite artists, I get their projects and songs I don't like them.
Yeah, of course, bro.
Like, it's like I listen to it, like I'm listening to it because I like your project. You know, I like the flow of it, but it's something I be wanting to skip. So it's like I get that, but ultimately my goal is to like, did you hear what I said? That's all. Like you heard what I said. That's my point.
No, for sure. That's one thing for sure. You don't have to worry about that. You be saying something every time. Like, because I was listening, I was like, okay, nah, he has it sounds like even what you're speaking on right now, it seems like it's bigger. You know what I'm saying? You can tell you have a plan now. You know what I'm saying? You're not just out here just doing whatever. Like you went through the experience and you had that, like, and you're like, all right, I know what to do to fix this kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so for sure, I don't think that's gonna be a concern, bro. Because you have a nice pen. Because honestly, I like your music, but your poetry tracks, those are my favorites. Like honestly,
oh man,
I like
appreciate
those.
it.
Yeah, those are really dope.
Them kind of get overshadowed, man.
For real?
Yeah, like really, yeah. Now I kind of, they kind of get overshadowed. I ain't gonna lie.
Cause I feel like people come into mindset just like when I'm listening to a project, I'm looking for music.
Exactly, yeah.
And I'm a sucker for like the music when it's like music and then it's like, okay, do some spoken word or something in between it, because it's like, to me it seems like it's more of a story trying to be told.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
down,
yeah, bro, because he's taking a break from music and I listen to what I'm saying, listen to my voice. Like you're demanding their attention at that time, and it's like,
yeah, and I'm glad you said that too, bro. Cause like that's the point of it. That was the point of that. Those being in there like breaks, like like this. You was bobbing your head or whatever. Now you listening, like like really. And from performing, I learned that too.
Right.
Like, when I perform, like acapella, it's always better.
Yeah, because again,
it's always better. Like
the
every
beat's
time.
not there. Like you have to like, you're kind of forced to like either they're gonna quiet down so they can hear what you're saying, and if you're saying something, everybody's gonna want to listen.
Yeah.
Or if not, they just gonna keep talking over you, and that's it. That's simple as that, because they don't hear the beat.
Yeah.
But that's just how this day and age is. It's all about the
beat,
beat, and more like the vibe that's creating, and what you're saying on top of it is important. But it's really more just like how you say it. Really.
That's what's hard.
Yeah.
That's what's hard about it, when you really got like substance and like really got substance, because it's like
you have to figure out how to say that in a good way
without preaching. Nobody want to get preached to.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so I mean, really, that's kind of like my method though, for real. Because I'm going against the grain with the things that I'm saying and I'm speaking about. Like, it's really like going against what. If you playing this in the club, if you listen to it, you gonna feel bad. Like, I need to stop doing what I'm doing right now. Like, I need to be, you know what I'm saying, somewhere like putting a plan together, really getting my life in order, because it's real. And it's like, it's trying to get that Future and J. Cole put together type vibe. You know what I'm saying? That mix, like, if I could still trick to where it's like, if you ain't paying attention to what I'm saying, you still feel like that vibe still created. But when you listen to it again, you like, man, it really just said something, you know what I'm saying? It really just told me something. That's kind of like just looking forward, like, the different sounds I'm putting together. I'm trying to work on, like, ultimately, like, create that sound where it's kind of like sings where it could then that blend in, it could then, like, so, but, yeah, that's kind of.
That's dope, honestly. We need more music like that, because that's one thing now, just how music's created. So it's like popcorn music. It's just it's here and gone. Like, nobody really caring what they're saying anymore. And I saw this video. Who was it? I think it was either Prodigy or 5 Dog or something. I killed somebody. It was an old interview, and he was just speaking on like how it's just like when you create music, like, you should be saying something in it, because it's like. Kids would rather listen to this than listen to their teacher at school.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, I was like, dang, that's some real shit. I never thought about it like that, but nah, bro, I'm in class with my headphones in. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not worried about what she's saying. Like, I'm trying to listen to my music. And that makes a difference because that changes your whole viewpoint. Like, I remember it was probably like a good maybe 2 to 3 year period. Like, I listened to just trap music. That was it. When it was like, really like pop music. And like I had my couple favorites here and there type of thing, but majority was trap. And then like just my mindset was, I felt it like just darker, just in a sense, just the way I thought about shit. Like it was just like, dang, I shouldn't even be thinking like that.
Right. Yeah.
Like it's nothing against the music because the music is great. It's like it's going to create that vibe of like if I'm trying to get lit, I'm gonna get lit. But it's also like when you really listen to what these niggas be saying, like it's like, dang, you kind of going through something, bro.
Yeah, for real. No, yeah, and it's programming.
Mm-hmm.
It programming like to how you thinking or whatever. Mm-hmm. And that's really, and that's why when I started to make the music, why I had that message, why I wanted to put that message in, because like I was speaking at the schools, and I saw like if I go to the high school, I'm speaking for 45 minutes. Like, I could command the attention of a room just off my story, my presence. You know, like, I know how to vibe with the people in the room. I ain't just talking at y'all. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I really communicate and open up and make myself vulnerable so that you can understand, like, it's cool for you to be vulnerable. It ain't like I'm here to judge, you know?
Right.
So, but I saw that I'm like, if I could put this in songs, they'd listen to it more. It's either they consume this all day. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Then I'm like,
literally,
yeah, they consume this all day. They ain't gonna want to sit. I'm like, damn, what about the ones that's like not in the schools? Mm-hmm. That's not, you know what I'm saying? That's in the streets. That's out here. That's you know, like that's on the wayside. So I really took all those things in consideration into making it because I understood what it was. Like this time, once I put it out and publish it, like it's out, you know, and it's like it's representative of what my brand and who I am. So I'm like, it gotta stand for something. It gotta mean something.
Nah, for sure. I wish more artists would do that, man. Because honestly, I was surprised that you said you only been rapping for a year. Because when we first met you, we was here at Flow Studios.
Yeah.
And, we was doing a live performance, and off of that, I was like, oh, he's been doing this for a minute. Like, I was like, he's been doing this for a while. But it's like you said, you've been speaking in front of schools and stuff like that. So you've been like used to having an audience, like, and demanding attention kind of thing.
Yeah.
So that wasn't like, cause
that was a skill.
Bro, that's one thing I hate about the coronavirus. Like I listen to like a lot of different artists in Houston, local stuff, and it's stuff I run across. But like when I really like, okay, I like this artist, is a live performance. Like if I get to see their live performance and the energy and like how they rapping it, then because most times it's a lot of artists I listen to. It's like it's not that I don't like their songs, it's just like their delivery isn't right yet. Mm-hmm. And it's just, but when you're live, like I feel like it sounds better because you're just you're in the moment then. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so it's like, all right, but there's so many artists like they're right there. It's right there. Like a lot of people like you're about to be there soon. You got like, I feel like about 6 months, you're gonna be really comfortable, and by the time the year's up, you're gonna start seeing results.
Yeah, like, I kind of see the same.
Like, bro, because I definitely get like the Kendrick vibe, like you're telling stories, like you're trying to touch people like that's been through that lifestyle and lived that, and it's like, yo, you don't have to do that. Like on some real shit, it's another way. Just be smarter about it. Mm-hmm.
And paint the picture like, to the people that don't know from the outside looking in.
Exactly.
Like these are real people. This is real. Like it's real tragic how what's going on up there. Yeah, man. You know, and like to be raised in those conditions. Like I really want to put people in the mindset to understand like why would somebody why are those decisions being made? When you understand the environment and the situations and the experience and the culture somewhat, then you would be more empathetic of the situation or what somebody, you know what I'm saying, to really get a feeling like it's not too many people that survived. Mm-hmm. So by me being one that survived prison and gangs and all the streets, you know, I got a story to tell. Like I need to tell what I experienced, what I've been through, so people can understand, like you said, so the ones that's there can understand it's a way out, and then the ones that don't understand it could be like, okay, we do need the help. We do need to go and do some things about this. You know, like I feel like a refugee in a sense. You feel me? Like I left, like And it's just real, just me opening up like I'm real big on like even when I do my music, but just talking about like mental health and talking about just the experience of, you know, being like a black man, like from that situation. Like I got like PTSD, you know what I'm saying? Like, depression, anxiety, like I be stressing a lot of stuff going through it, but you know, none of it ultimately keep me down, but I gotta speak on those things and let people know that like if you are going through it, if you feeling those ways, like you're not the only one. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's just one of those where like keep pushing, don't ever give up on yourself, don't ever give up. Like when I feel those ways, but it's because of the things that I saw and what I've been through. You feel me? So it's like that's why I said from the beginning it was therapeutic, and that's what ultimately all this is about, just like getting that message out so people can understand it. That's there, and then people that's not there could really feel like they got a picture of what's going on. They can see, they can kind of like vividly see it.
Right. No, majorly. Let's talk about your book. Cause
Okay.
you've been mentioning a lot, but I don't think you gave the name out. In the Transformation.
Transformation.
It's where can people find that?
You can find it right now on my website, ronaldcleejr.com.
Check
You
that
can
out.
find everything on my website. I got a book. I brought a copy for you too.
Oh, word. Hey, bet. For sure.
Sure.
Hey, check that out.
So, Transformation, Breaking Generational Curses and Mental Barriers. It's on my website. Like I said, ronaldcleejr.com. Everything on my website, my book, my merchandise, my music, everything. I got another book coming out February 1st.
Oh, word?
Yeah, Liberating Lyrics. So I did that. That was based on like my top songs that I liked the most, or that I kind of like felt that I wanted to kind of like highlight from my first 3 projects. And I put them in poetry in a form, so I kind of like formatted them some, changed up, you know, added some content to it to really, to tell more of a story, so like you could really kind of like to bring the lyrics to life or whatever. You know, when you read something, it do something different. It spark a different part of your mind and your brain.
For sure.
Than anything. So like you said, I'm telling a story, so it's really like I want to let people like they mind create the visual for it.
That's
so
dope.
And that's coming out February 1st with my next track, 1044 Ponderosa.
Okay, I like that. That's a different different kind of rollout. Like most people, I ain't never seen anybody come up with a book with their song. That's something. Well, no, Logic did that. Yeah, that's interesting stuff though. Like that's actually pretty smart. Like
business,
that's good.
Business. You got to
You know
be
what I'm saying?
strategic. You got to be able, like, cause you ain't gonna really make unless you just busting. You ain't finna make no money off no streams. You feel me, off that music. And then if your stage presence ain't right, ain't nobody finna pay you to come perform.
Yeah.
And then with COVID going on, there ain't really no way to perform. So like, if you trying to be like, I ain't no starving artist. I ain't gonna be no starving artist. You feel me?
Right.
Like this way, you gotta, but you really gotta be strategic with the way you move. Like you don't have to be broke doing this, or just like I'm putting my all. Like now, like figure out ways to make money in different ways to leverage that, put that into that. It's all investments, but business first. That's why I did 3 projects in the first, so I could have a catalog. Like, cause check me out.
That's one thing. Like, I get the single like release thing. Like, but it's some artists like, well, like if you start off fresh, like, okay, I hear about you. You got like what 5 or 6 songs, and over a time frame, that's not that bad. That's a lot of songs. But also at the same time, it's like, I don't have a body of work from you. Like, I can't get like a judgment of what kind of artist you are because you're just doing a bunch of different stuff because you're feeling different things at different times, which is cool. But like that body of work is like, okay, I have a feel of what kind of artist you are now. Like at least until like you put that next body of work out and you're like, okay, this is the new me kind of thing. So it's like I have a love-hate relationship with with that, cause with both of them honestly, because I like the singles coming out because it's more consistent music. That's always good, because I feel like a lot back in the day, artists didn't drop for like a long time.
Right.
It was better to stretch it out. But now it's like, just keep it coming.
Keep it coming out.
Yeah, man.
And then we 90s baby. How old are you?
I'm 93.
93
So about
I'm
27.
90, yeah. So we, them early 90s baby, so we remember projects. Like we grew up on, like you can remember your favorite album. You can remember the first CD that you got, that you know what I'm saying, that you wanted. You can remember the Walkman. You can remember all these things are nostalgic for us, so we can remember. So you like a real project. So it's like you young, but we still millennials though. So we like, I want it fast though. Don't get me wrong. I like it. I want it. I want it instant. I don't want to wait till next. If I gotta wait till next year to hear you,
right,
I'm gonna be to forget about you, man.
And it's to that point now. So many artists out these days, and that's another part of being an artist is like so hard. Before, I feel like a lot of people rap. There's always people that used to rap. But like to people that got taken seriously and like to actually see success from it was a lot less.
Yeah.
Now it's like, shit, damn near anybody can rap. Like it's a job field at this point. Like and it's real. Like you gotta cut through the noise, man. That's all it is. Like, that's all you can do. You gotta make sure your stuff stand out, or you find your core fan base who can like just love and support you.
Yeah.
So
and I for real, it's like it's having that balance. Cause I rock with the new wave, how they coming with it.
Yeah.
I like how they coming with it, and it's like I'm 30 now. I got a little bit more wisdom through life, so I'm like, okay. Then I know what my music where it's gonna hit at, like performing. When I perform, if you hear my song, you might not like it. But you see me perform, though, you gonna be like, yeah. That
gets so many more people to fuck with you, cause I know I'm one of the people like if I could listen to your songs, and I might not like how like they sound or perform or whatever. I'm not performing my own. They're just like put together like delivery,
produce everything.
Right, yeah. But like if I see a live performance, I'm like, oh no, you're dope. Like, cause again, if I can see that they're live now, like that means it's only a matter of time before you actually get there. It's just not connecting yet. But yeah, man. And
that's how you build a real fan base.
Exactly, like, making them connections while you're out there.
Exactly. That's how we met. Me getting out here.
Exactly.
Like all that, like really like that live, because every time I perform, it don't like if you just say so my goal this year is to do 100 shows. You know what I'm saying?
Shows.
It is.
But that's work though. That's work.
It's work. Yeah, it's like you said. But when you said something earlier, we was like you see about like 6 months. I know at the end of the year you're gonna really. That's the goal. Like I know what I'm finna hit the streets. If I can get every time I perform, I get 4 or 5 real followers, real supporters, real fans. That's like this genuine. Like I will support what you got right now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
4 to 5 times every time. Like it's gonna add up, and that's true support, true fans. Where like when I drop products, I always create. I'm a creator, so I'm gonna create books. I got merchandise, like this is my hoodie. This is my first clothing line I started when I got out the joint 5 years ago. So
that's dope.
Yeah, like, and they still making money to this day. So it's just that's my approach. That's my method. That's what I tell anybody to do. That like really get over those fears and like get out there, so you could really, because that's what people gonna get, and then become local. Like if I get like Houston is a big city. If you become local in the Houston scene, like you could eat there. That means you're gonna be local in Austin. You're gonna be local in Dallas. You're gonna be, they
be surviving doing off a Texas tour.
Yeah,
go around Texas. You good.
You good.
Like it's Lubbock, Beaumont, Lufkin,
everything in the way.
You know what I'm saying? No matter. It'll pay.
Yeah.
Shit, it's money. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna come in. Like, and that's Texas is huge.
Exactly.
So like you can do just fine just in the state, but of course everybody's goal is to go global. You know what I'm saying? So like, but shit, that's a start. You know what I'm saying?
That's the move. That's how you can take care of some beer. That's how you can really eat, and then you can let it expand from there. But like that's why I'm there. I'm working that market. I got Chicago. Like I got a following there because that's where I'm from. That's home.
Right.
But like I'm heading at this home, so I'm putting that legwork down in Houston. Well, the underground scene popping down here.
Bro, the South, underground here in the South is amazing. I feel like it's one of the actual few places that's still like underground.
Exactly, right. You could be hot on the underground circuit, and if you strategic, you could put your own shows on. Like that's what the thing with live performing. If somebody see you like you would pay $20 to come for a ticket to get in. When you know you're finna get a full show, finna get some live music. You know what I'm saying? Wherever you at, they got some drinks, a menu. You chilling, it's not gonna be a problem. It's not gonna be an issue. So
that's a good time for $20. Like okay, I was like you pay what fucking like 30, 40 go to the club and be packed there. Well, you can't be packed no more.
Exactly. Right. So that's the vibe. So if you could get there and you could sell 50 of those tickets, this just put it in the mindset of an artist. Like don't have that starving artist mentality. Like build up that brand, build it up. Like put in the work to where you could get 50 people to come out. You know what I'm saying? To see it, to support what you got going on, connect with some other artists to put on the bill, so y'all can make it a little bigger, you know. And
nah, man, that's
put it together.
all it takes. That's all it takes.
Yeah.
Shit, start somewhere, get somewhere. Like, yeah, man. I don't know. People are that's one thing though. I just again, it's just how Houston is, and it's like it's cool because I get it because when people support here, they support. Like they'll ride for you, but like if you don't got them, they not supporting you.
Period.
Like that's just simple as that. Like they don't bat an eye towards your way. Like
yeah, and y'all be polite with it too. It ain't like it's like rude. Like, hey man, get off the stage. It's just like. We ain't rocking with you.
Yeah, bro.
I had a couple of them performances though. That's another thing.
For real?
Yeah, I had a couple of them where I feel like I dropped the ball. I feel bad. I'd be like, man, they ain't want to rock it with me tonight at all. Like, you could just feel it. Like,
yeah, bro.
In the midst of it, you like, y'all ain't feeling this at all.
It be thick too. Yeah. Like, it's heavy. Like, how can I turn this around?
It's like, let me just get through this, man. Get out the way,
right?
Man. Like, y'all ain't gonna tell me to shut up or nothing, but y'all ain't gonna show no love. It's like, we ain't rocking.
Yeah, man. Like, it's tough crowd, bro. Yeah. I feel like, honestly, on some real shit, probably East Coast gonna hate me for this, but I feel like we the new Concrete Underground, all that shit.
For real though.
Like, on some real shit.
For real though.
Like,
but it's historical down here. You got UGK, Underground King. Like, this ain't nothing. This like, man, cause it's that circuit, like, and that highway you go through Louisiana, Florida, Alabama, all that just straight, you know what I'm saying, straight through. It's like Houston where it's at, bro.
Yeah, man, because even like Chicago rappers, I have like it's a lot more of them now just getting popping because you know the drill is a wave now. Mm-hmm. Like drill is so popping now. I never thought of it like that.
No. I got a Brooklyn drill song I'm working on.
Really?
I'm gonna come with it. I tell him I got singles. I'm shooting my shot. I'm shooting.
No, that shit be hard though. Like it be bad. Like, cause I heard some stuff here and there. And I was like, okay. Like I started getting to like Fabio and like who was somebody else? Like Pop Smoke, of course. That's the one that really just like okay, I like this. Yeah, like yeah. I hate that they took him away from us, man, because the music he about to make was crazy. I already know it.
Yeah, he was on something different.
Yeah,
he was
man.
Real style. Like I was rocking with Pop when the first time I heard a song from him, it was his voice, and then I'm like, I like watching people interview. Mm-hmm. That's what I like to do. I like watching people interviews. I could tell like they awkward, and when I saw his interview, I'm like, this nigga a star. He a star. He knew it. He feel like you could just see it. Like man, he a star.
Like, I seen...
he ain't got no chains or nothing. Like, this was at the beginning when he had them. I'm like, man, Shorty a real star, you feel? Like, he got that presence.
Yeah, bro. I seen this one video, he was talking to a fan, and, like, he did the whole, like, sign up, like, picture, talk to him, like, take a picture real quick, like, but kept the whole conversation. And it looked genuine. Yeah. Like, it didn't seem like he was forcing nothing. Mm-hmm. Like, it looked genuine.
Like, it was a camera photo op and then it was
bro. He's actually chopping it up with him. Like, I feel like he actually, like, I feel like that person walked away with something after you met him. Yeah. On some real shit. And I was like, damn, bro, this nigga is a star. And, like, the fact that, like, at that young age, too, he's just...
At the beginning.
He's gonna go crazy. He was gonna be a legend for sure. He was definitely one of those legends.
He had it. Yeah, he was like, and then you look at the amount of work that he put in, like so fast. He was only like a year or something. He was dropping music or something like that one.
It is, bro. Like, maybe I don't know how long he was actually making. Like, but for sure, like. In the time that he got like popular, he dropped at least about 3-4 projects.
Easy.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
The Woo Meet the Woos, because I kept listening to him.
Yeah,
like,
bro. And each one he had at least about
8 to 10 songs, something like 10 songs.
And he had 3 or 4 more bangers.
Bang out.
3 or 4. Like most times like 2 or 3. No, it was at least 3 or 4. Like,
bangers on them, y'all. Bangers. Yeah. Memorable tracks still getting played. Yeah, like he had bangers on album. Like,
you know what I'm saying? But then, yeah.
And he had a vision too. He had a vision. That's the thing. Like,
the Woo was a movement. Like it was a whole movement. Like
and I saw an interview with his man, with the one Victor, the one with that owned the label.
Yeah.
And he had said it. He was like, man, he had a vision coming into it. Like man, we gonna introduce him to the Woo, and then we gonna stick with this sound. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna go get this sound people know like this, and then we gonna show him. We gonna go global. We gonna show him what we can really do. And then when you listen to that Shoot for the Stars, you hear like, man, it's like a global, probably like he got a global sound.
Oh, he's gonna be everywhere.
Yeah, he got global sound. It's like to him to be, man, that was one that hurt too.
Yeah, that definitely hurt. Like I was just getting into stuff like real heavy, and I was like, dang, man, like I hate just how many like honestly, okay, R.I.P. to dang, what's Larry King, man? He died today. R.I.P. to Larry King, man. But it's just like a lot of legends are dying, man. Even just like young people is not even getting a chance to be legends. Like,
for real though.
Like I saw a video of Juice WRLD recently. He passed away. Fucking Triple X. Nip, like bro, like
all these like
it's like it's always so scary how it's like right when they're about like their career is about to shift. Like and they're about to get to the best part of it. Like Nipsey, like he been around for so long, but he was just getting that recognition and like the album. He was just he got nominated for a Grammy and he won it too, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, bro? Like he finally reached that pinnacle he wanted to reach. And
this, you know, something. I wish they would have got to felt that love when they was here though. That's one thing we got to salute our. And it's just me being real, just being transparent. Like the things that I'm doing, like it's like I feel like people not listening for real. People not taking heed, and it's one of those where it's like I'm still alive, and I'm like, man, get it while I'm here. Like we gotta salute and put our people on the pedestal while they here. Like give them their roses while they here, man. Like. If you see, especially the kings, black men, like we gotta, like what you doing? Share a platform, create a platform to be able to put so more people get to know him, get to hear him, get to see it like that. Because we gotta ultimately, when the next generation, the generation after that, when they look back and see what was going on at this time and study it, so they can figure out how to navigate. The same thing we do. We go back and we study the greats, so we can figure out how to navigate. Like. That's what people gotta be conscious of what we're doing right now. Like you the greats, like we gotta become the greats. Like we the new ancestors. Like
man.
They gonna look at what we did, the examples that we set to figure out how to maneuver and what to do and what not to do. So
yeah, man, you gotta write your name down in history, man. You gotta make sure it stay there. Like in some way, somehow, like you gotta find whatever your niche is, whatever whatever, bro. Because I don't feel like I feel like the one thing about life is you can have whatever different beliefs you have during it, whatever, but like I feel like the end goal is to, when it's over, that your name is always spoken like highly of. Like you know what I'm saying? In some way or form, you know what I'm saying? Like you don't want anybody after you, like to be like talking down after you dead. Like damn, what kind of person were you? Or like oh man, and then
or
even
people want to forget you, like we just gonna forget you like even existed. You know what I'm saying? Like
exactly.
One of them like we don't talk about him. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't want to be that person that like
dang, this man Voldemort or something. Like you know, like dang, bro. Like nah, that's never the goal, man. And I feel like a lot of people, if they just kind of saw life like that, it might be a little simpler. And honestly, I feel like people actually do more what they wanted. Because I feel like a lot of people are scared to do what they want. Like again, like saying you going up on stage rapping, that's a hard thing to just say, I'm going to want to do this. Like, to even write a book, like to... And,
like, to put it in context, like, I'm doing all this with 2 felonies. Aggravated felony convictions. I did 6.5 years in prison. So... if I'm doing this with that background, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on now, like it's nothing. It's the thing that it did that did for me though was like I'm fearless. That's why I go attack everything. Like I start out that book, there's a book that's coming out, Liberating Lyrics. Go pre-order that right now. Appreciate it. Ronald C Lee Jr. Get that right now.
Go ahead and get that.
Go get that right now. Liberating Lyrics. You know, pre-order it. Black man, second book, published, self-published, did everything.
You know what I'm saying? Major things.
And it was one of those where like I woke up even and just being transparent. Like I'm big on transparency. Like last night, I was like creating videos to accompany it to go with it, and like I was just frustrated because my sound wasn't right, and you know it was just a lot. Like you know how it be when you like it just ain't.
It's not it.
It ain't it. You know what I'm saying? As I wanted to be.
That's walk away from the microphone.
It ain't it. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, so I still go through it, but that's not the end of it. You know what I'm saying? It's not the end of what's going on. I just gotta keep on going. But
yeah, man.
People, I just want to really just highlight that. Like if I could, from 17 to 24 hours in prison. I'm 30 now, so everything I did was in the last 5 years, 5.5 years. And I'm from Chicago. I'm in Houston. You know what I'm saying? I got a wife, 2 kids, full-time entrepreneur. So this is, you gotta be fearless. You gotta have that fearless mentality.
No, most definitely.
Gotta have that fearless mentality and we program, man. We in the matrix, man. You gotta get away from it, like you gotta break free because like what y'all doing, this is what's gonna be timeless. This is like black media. Right. This is what people gonna go back and look at and go see. Yes, this is what people gonna go check out. Yeah, like it ain't no, y'all already capturing the moment, what people saying at the time. Like
that's what I'm trying to do here, man. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to do here, man. Like I feel like we've had some legendary people. I feel like it's a lot of people that I'm personally seeing their success at this moment, and like it's people like I'm like, nah, I see your success is about to happen. Like your time is coming. You got the like what they be looking for. You got it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's. I feel like I have a. I mean, I can't say it for everybody. Everybody might have to get to. I don't know, but I feel like I have a good gift of seeing when somebody got it or not.
Yeah,
or at least the potential to get it.
You know it. Yeah, if you like, he got it, but. He got the work ethic too. Yeah. That's what it go like. He got the work ethic too. You know, you can see somebody at the gym and be like, he cold.
Yeah, like, oh no, this nigga about to be soul sweater. Like,
he like be here like every day. I'm 3 times a week. Yeah. He was here before me.
Right, after me
and everything. Right,
and that's you know, like a year or 2 later, this nigga's in bodybuilding competitions or some shit.
And you like, damn, yeah. But you could like you could tell, man. People could tell like if you because you gotta have a gift. Then you gotta have it working.
Yeah, that's the hardest part with it, honestly, because you can even not have it, but if you have the work ethic, you can get it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. But like
you'll figure it out.
It's hard to just even work to that. You know what I'm saying? Because the music is so hard, bro.
And you know what else too is like people can't take putting out bad music, like or getting bad reviews, like. You can't take that personal, you know what I'm saying?
It's like, not, it's the art. Like it's like people have their own opinions. That's the whole point of putting it out, so people make their own judgments on it.
Exactly. Like so, as you gotta be people, and people. That's what people don't want to be prepared for. But it's like, for me, the way I approach it, this is my approach. This is how I always win. If I heard a beat, created a concept, put out a song, you know what I'm saying? Created a song, got it mixed, got it mastered, put it out. I won. That's for me. That's my victory. Yeah. Now, every time somebody say they like it, you know what I'm saying. That's just like the icing on top of it. But ultimately, like when you have that mentality, so you can put it out. And if you feel good about what you putting out, and put it out to people, but then have an open mind and listen to what people have to say about it.
No,
and listen to what people will tell you about it. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like if I don't have nothing. If I tell you like. I wouldn't listen to this again. It's not the saying you a bad artist. It's just like I wouldn't listen to this song again. Like this is a song that I wouldn't go back and listen to.
Right, because it's different. Because people don't understand like some things aren't for everybody. You know what I mean? And like, but also it's also how you phrase how you say you don't like the music.
Right.
Because you can do something like, oh, your shit trash, nigga. I ain't listening to that garbage, like hot garbage.
For real,
and then like, okay, I'm gonna get upset about that. Like, this is my work.
You ain't finna disrespect it. You ain't finna
what? Nah, but if it's like, okay, like, nah, like, I don't like it for, it's just not my taste. Or it's like you give an actual, like, constructive reason afterwards.
Why you don't, right.
Exactly. And I feel like more people should do that. Like, a lot of people just wanna, like, just say they don't like it. And yeah, because like, because I don't like it, you don't have the chance to be a star because you don't like it. No, okay, they might not like you here, but somewhere else, like millions of people might like it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a whole other world out there.
Yeah. And I tell people, they be like, you tell me you don't like it, I want to know why. Like what you ain't like about it. Like that's, you know what I'm saying? Tell me, like even when my song Wouldn't Not Lose, like a few people, like I ain't gonna say a few people, a nice amount of people was like it was the auto tune in the background for him. Like man, like it was just too much. I ain't really.
Yeah.
Maybe if you just had it on the hook, it'd have been, you know what I'm saying? But it kind of like, and I was like, yeah. Then when I looked at it, was critical. I'm like, yeah, I was overdoing it. I'm in that trying,
But like, see, to help you grow though.
Yeah, exactly.
To
like,
see that, you know?
Yeah, like I put too much sauce on it. You know what I'm saying? It's like cooking. You know, you cook. You You like, nah, it's too salty.
Yeah.
Man. I done went overboard on the season, or it ain't enough on there sometimes, bro.
Right.
It's just right, you know, like it's always, but like, it's art, man.
Yeah, it's trial and error. That's all you can do with it, man. That's all you can do with it, like, because even sometimes it might be a thing, like, because you working, but like, it's just not that same fire in it, but you still working, so it's like, it might not come out as good, but again, you gotta stay consistent with it, you know what I'm saying? So it's like everything ain't gonna be great, but
because you're going off a season, like you're gonna lose, like just like look at the basketball season, you know, you can go on a 7-game losing streak, and go on a 15-game winning streak after that, or you could be 7-7 over, you know, like have it like it's ups and downs. You're gonna have bad games, you're gonna have losses. Sometimes your mind just not gonna be there. It's gonna be a miss. Sometimes you're gonna be overconfident, underprepared. Like all these things come with the journey, but you gotta keep on the journey. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Keep going.
Nah, for sure, most definitely. Do you find it like kind of ironic now that when you got arrested for the first time? Yeah, you was in music class. Like I saw, like I did like a quick little breeze on a book. Yeah. And like when I happened to stop there and I saw that, I was like, wow, that's crazy. Like I was like,
I run like and it was, and I was like, was even why I be talking to my wife about it was that like I was always like a little band kid. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm at school in a band, but then I'm on the block like tooting guns and robbing. You know what I'm saying? The game, but like I'm going to school and I'm like. Like playing the trombone, you know, like
you play trombone?
Trombone, baritone, trumpet, all the little brass. So it was like I was living 2 different lives. I tell people a lot of times like I was really having an identity crisis and I didn't even realize it. You know what I'm saying?
That's some shit, though.
Yeah, like I ain't realized like I was 2 to 3 different people at the same time, you know, and it was like, and this was as a teenager.
Right.
But you know, that was like my adolescent years. Growing, and like that's when I figured out, like that's how I learned myself. I made some mistakes, but I was just trying to be like, I was trying to find myself in this world like anybody else that's 16, 17, 18, you know, 15, like just trying to find your way. Like that's a tough time. You just going through puberty, you just coming into yourself, and especially as a young man, you 7 when you 18, you a grown man now. Yeah. So looking at it like that, but you mentally like, man, I ain't no grown man. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I'm not ready for this. Like,
but it's here. You know what I'm saying? It's here. So it is ironic that now I'm making music now, and I came back to it full circle. So
yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, man. And I'm not gonna lie, that sounds like a movie in the making, bro.
It is. I'm running for president in 2028, man. I'm dead serious. Like. I'm for real. I'm the music, the book. I'm on my campaign trail. Like you said, it's a bigger plan.
I feel it.
2028, I'll be old enough officially, and I'm running for president. So like, it'll all make sense in like 4 more years. It'll make sense.
Hey, vote for RC Lee. Yes, sir.
In 2020, it's gonna make sense. Right now, it sounds a little crazy, far fetched, but give me 4 more years. Yeah, what I'm doing. Trust me, it'll make sense.
I feel
that. It make plenty sense.
That's dope. Nah, I mean, we need more of that, bro. Like, just more of that in the black community, especially. Like, it's, just people saying stuff like that. Because, you know, our parents, like, they used to tell us, like, you be anything. Mm-hmm. But also, like, we had that, like, you got to go down this path.
Once you be, you can be anything, but you should set some more realistic goals. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, I thought I could be anything.
Exactly.
Like, no, you should, you know, so, people got to hear it, so. I'm running. The only thing they say with my felonies and all, I know people gonna ask it like, can you run for president with felony? Yeah, the only requirement is that you're 35 years old when you was born a citizen of the United States. That's the only requirement.
Hey, if Donald Trump became president, it don't matter.
Well, right, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, if he had an underworld and a cult following big enough to get him into the office, you know what I'm saying? You mean tell me I go on a 7-year run, I can't build me one? You know, like
me,
an 8-year run, because I've been on the run since 2017, so I've been building and working in the community and doing different things. Like I said, the music is something I've just been doing for the last year, but I was doing a lot of community work, community engagement. I put a lot of events on for the hood. I get in the community. Right. I spoke to these high schools, the worst high schools in Houston and Chicago, prisons, everywhere. So, you know, I get busy in that aspect for it to really make sense. But
that's important, man. That's that solid fan base, bro. Like again, like because especially in this day and age, we're in an age where like people like, what's the word I'm looking for? Basically, like your character.
Yeah.
Like, are you authentic? You know what I'm saying? Like, if that's they'll even if like they might not think your stuff even is the best or whatever, or it's just like, okay, they do like your stuff, cool. Like, they'll support regardless. Whatever's coming out, I'm waiting for that. Like, I'm ready I'm excited for it.
At least give it a chance.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, oh, they made good stuff before, they're a good person, or like, just like, I like who they are. Yeah. Like, I want to support that regardless.
Yeah. And even if you don't really like it that much, you will still give them another chance. Like, it's like just say like Chick-fil-A. I use that example all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, they customer service being so good that even if they do make a mistake, you don't even feel bad. It's like, man, I've been here 9 times and they ain't never made it. This the 10th time. This the man. It's cool. Yeah. You know, like, it's
I'll be out 5 minutes anyway.
Yeah, it's not gonna change your view on them. So like you said, like building having that integrity with the people, with the consumer, with everybody, and just being a man of character. A woman of character, just an individual character. People will always remember that.
I feel that, bro. I feel that. Hey, man, this is a dope interview. Before we close out, here at the Common Interests, we like to ask you, what are you interested and uninterested in? Like, for example, I am interested in Jesse's artists reaching their stardom, like, cause there's a lot of stars out here in Houston, especially that's working, and they're like I'm seeing the fruits of their labor coming up, and it's like it's all a matter of time for the ones that know who they are and putting their work in. Y'all gonna get it soon. So and I'm uninterested in just not being able to go to these shows, man. Like, I miss the shows. When we was talking about that shit, I was like, dang, I miss that interaction and stuff. Like, the people you met during the performances, like the people, the performers, all that stuff. Like, it's good times, man. It's good times. So I miss that.
So I would say I'm definitely interested in a black family. So I say just like that, with everybody being like more or less kind of like looking at each other like we a family and we one, instead of the individualistic approach to everything. Right. Like more of a unified approach. So I'm big on that, and that going to like collaborating and working with everything. Like, you know, so I'm really interested in just that family, like us building the family and building the tribe. And I'm uninterested in like just like mainstream media, period. Like everything that comes with that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I feel that.
There's so much just that come with all that. Everything I'm really just uninterested in all that. So like the shows that they putting on for us, how they entertain us politically and everything. Like I'm just uninterested in.
Yeah. It's only like a handful of good shows. Like, it's really good shows. It's like I sometimes like, why am I watching this?
Like, it's like so that's I'm definitely uninterested in like the mainstream. Almost everything mainstream I'm uninterested in.
I feel that. Yeah. Honestly, like a lot of stuff that's like not mainstream is way better than mainstream stuff. Like, it's way more messages, way more actual like relatable content. Like, it's just, man.
I already spent how long we've been, the interview might be like an hour. I already spent an hour like with this on my TV than an hour of like something that's on one of them channels, one of them networks,
something like Lifetime bullshit, whatever. Like, it's like, yo, I've seen this movie 20 times.
Whatever it is, I'd rather watch this, like people converse, like, and just hearing real different opinions and stuff like that, different. Like, so.
Yeah, shout out to the podcasters, man. Like, we out here doing the damn thing.
Yeah, shout out to y'all, man. I appreciate the platform. It was nice. Y'all got a dope platform. Felt comfortable, vibe, good conversation flow. It didn't feel like an interview or nothing like that. It was real. So keep doing what y'all doing, man. For sure, yeah, it's really.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you. That means a lot. Once again, tell them who you are, where to follow you.
So Ronald C Lee Jr. RONALD CLEE Jr. That's just like my real name. You could Google it. You could go to Instagram, find it. Go to my website. Everything is on my website, like RonaldCLeeJr.com. And you can find me everywhere, all streaming platforms, the book, the merchandise, everything.
Yes, sir. Go ahead and do that. Follow. Don't forget to follow us, The Common Interest Productions. Check us out on IG. Twitter is The Common Interest Production, PROD, whatever. Yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, share with a friend. We're on all streaming platforms. Don't forget to do that. Tell your mom, daddy, auntie, uncle, cousin. And once again, do not forget, stay consistent with your vision because you're blessed with another day of the mission. Thanks for tuning in. We are the
Common Interest.
Yes, sir. We out.